About 4.6 billion years ago, our solar system was a swirling cloud of dust and gas. This cloud, called a nebula, was pulled together by gravity. As the cloud collapsed, it spun faster and faster, forming a disk. At the center of this disk, a star was born, our Sun. The Sun's intense heat and light pushed away most of the remaining gas and dust. However, some of this material clumped together to form the planets, including our own Earth. Earth was initially a molten ball of rock, constantly bombarded by asteroids and comets. Over millions of years, Earth began to cool. The surface solidified, forming the first continents. Volcanoes erupted, spewing gases that would eventually form our atmosphere. It was a violent and chaotic time, but from this fiery beginning, a planet capable of supporting life would emerge.
The early Earth was a harsh and unforgiving place. The atmosphere was thick with volcanic gases, including carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and water vapor. There was little to no oxygen. Temperatures fluctuated wildly, and the surface was bombarded by intense radiation from the sun. Lightning storms raged across the sky, and volcanic eruptions were frequent and violent. Oceans began to form as water vapor condensed and fell as rain. These early oceans were hot and acidic, a far cry from the life-giving waters we know today. Yet even in this extreme environment, the seeds of life were sown. The exact moment when life arose on Earth remains a mystery. However, scientists believe that life emerged from non-living matter through a process called abiogenesis. This process likely occurred in the early oceans, where organic molecules, the building blocks of life, could assemble. One leading theory suggests that life arose in hydrothermal vents, underwater geysers that spew hot, mineral-rich water. These vents could have provided the energy and chemical building blocks necessary for life to begin. The first life forms were likely simple, single-celled organisms, similar to bacteria. These early microbes were able to survive in the harsh conditions of the early Earth. They were also able to reproduce, passing on their genetic information to their offspring. Over billions of years, life on Earth evolved and diversified. The first single-celled organisms gave rise to more complex life forms. This process was driven by natural selection, where organisms with traits better suited to their environment were more likely to survive and reproduce. One of the most significant events in early life was the evolution of photosynthesis. Photosynthetic organisms, such as cyanobacteria, developed the ability to use sunlight to produce energy. This process released oxygen into the atmosphere, gradually transforming Earth's atmosphere. The rise of oxygen paved the way for the evolution of more complex life forms that could use this gas for respiration. This led to the development of multicellular organisms, organisms made up of more than one cell. Section 5. The Cambrian Explosion. Life finds its diversity. About 540 million years ago, life on Earth underwent a dramatic burst of diversification known as the Cambrian Explosion. During this relatively short period, a vast array of new life forms evolved, many of which were the ancestors of the major animal groups we see today. The Cambrian explosion saw the emergence of creatures with hard shells, skeletons, and complex body plans. Trilobites, with their segmented bodies and hard exoskeletons, were among the most successful animals of this time. The reasons for the Cambrian explosion are still debated by scientists. Some theories suggest that changes in ocean chemistry or an increase in oxygen levels may have played a role. Regardless of the cause, the Cambrian explosion marked a turning point in the history of life on Earth, leading to the incredible biodiversity we see today. Section 6. From Sea to Land. A journey of adaptation. For billions of years, life flourished in the oceans. However, about 400 million years ago, life began to colonize the land. This was a major evolutionary hurdle, requiring significant adaptations to survive out of water. Plants were among the first organisms to make the transition to land. They evolved roots to anchor themselves in the soil and absorb water and nutrients. They also developed a waxy coating to prevent water loss. Animals followed plants onto land, evolving adaptations for breathing air, moving on land, and reproducing outside of water. Amphibians, with their ability to live both in water and on land, were among the first vertebrates to colonize terrestrial habitats. Section 7. The Age of Reptiles. Dinosaurs. Rule the Earth. Following the colonization of land, reptiles emerged as a dominant group of animals. Reptiles, with their scaly skin, amniotic eggs that could be laid on land, and efficient respiratory systems, were well suited to life in drier environments. The Mesozoic era, from about 252 to 66 million years ago, is often called the Age of Reptiles because dinosaurs, a diverse group of reptiles, ruled the Earth during this time. Dinosaurs ranged in size from tiny bird-like creatures to gigantic sauropods, the largest land animals to have ever lived. Dinosaurs occupied a wide range of ecological niches, from herbivores to carnivores. Their reign lasted for over 180 million years, ending with a catastrophic event that wiped out most of life on Earth. Section 8. The Rise of Mammals, Adapting to a Changing World. While dinosaurs dominated the Mesozoic era, mammals, a group of warm-blooded animals that nourished their young with milk, were also evolving. Early mammals were small, mostly nocturnal creatures that lived in the shadows of the dinosaurs. The extinction of the dinosaurs at the end of the Cretaceous period, about 66 million years ago, created new opportunities for mammals. With their dinosaur competitors gone, mammals diversified and evolved to fill a wide range of ecological niches. Mammals developed a number of adaptations that allowed them to thrive, including fur or hair for insulation, a more efficient respiratory system, and a larger brain relative to their body size. These adaptations allowed mammals to survive in a wide range of habitats and climates.
Section 9. The Dawn of Humanity. Primates evolve. Among the many groups of mammals that evolved after the dinosaurs were the primates. Primates, including monkeys, apes, and humans, share a number of characteristics, such as grasping hands and feet, forward-facing eyes, and relatively large brains. Early primates were tree-dwelling creatures that relied on their agility and sharp eyesight to navigate their arboreal world. Over millions of years, some primate lineages evolved to live on the ground, while others remained in the trees. The lineage that would eventually lead to humans diverged from other apes in Africa several million years ago. These early human ancestors, or hominins, began to walk upright on two legs, a defining characteristic of the human lineage. Section 10. Homo sapiens, the shaping of our world. About 300,000 years ago, Homo sapiens, our species, emerged in Africa. Homo sapiens possessed a number of unique traits, including a larger brain, a more complex language, and a remarkable capacity for abstract thought and creativity. These traits allowed Homo sapiens to spread out of Africa and colonize the globe, eventually becoming the dominant species on Earth. Humans developed sophisticated tools, learned to control fire, and created complex social structures. The emergence of Homo sapiens marked a profound turning point in the history of life on Earth. Humans, with their intelligence, adaptability, and capacity for innovation, have had a profound impact on the planet, shaping the world we know today. However, this impact has come with significant responsibility, as human activities now have the power to alter the very systems that support life on Earth.